140 pounder, man. Shakur is not 147. I'm mandatory at 147. So
Not at your weight class. That doesn't matter. You got a mandatory right here. And you talking even at your weight class. And y'all keep talking about this is not scary. Like how? Y'all niggas is crazy. It doesn't matter. That's why a lot of stuff nowadays is bad for boxing, because stuff happened that doesn't never even like Shakur trying to fight Shakur at 144. Talk about your mandatory. Right? You're mandatory. You such a excuse my language. You're such a runner. You're such a runner. You're willing to just drop your belt? Because when you fight, if you fight Shakur at 44, your belt is going to get lost. It's going to be no more belt. It's no more belt because you didn't fight your mandatory. So you are just going to just drop your belt? You're that scared. You're that scared. If you really knew you could beat me, you would come beat me and fight Shakur. It's two big fights.
Keyshawn Davis has responded to the ongoing conversation about a possible fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, stressing that his attention is locked on his own journey at the 147-pound welterweight division. He highlighted his status as a mandatory challenger, which has added even more intensity to the rising debate within the boxing world.
Shakur is not 147. I'm mandatory at 147. So I don't know why people even entertaining Shakur going to 147. He's not a 147 pounder. He can fight 35 still. So there's weight classes in this boxing game for a reason, and I'm mandatory at 147.
Expanding on his earlier comments, Keyshawn Davis explained that he has recently stepped up from 140 to 147 and has yet to actually fight in that division, noting that he still considers himself on the smaller side. He also questioned why any fighter would avoid stepping in a ring with him, highlighting his 15 professional bouts as evidence of his growing experience, and emphasized that he is fully prepared to be challenged by more seasoned opponents.
I came up from 140 to 47. I never fought 147. I'm small too, bro. I'm small. What the hell is you so scared of? I got 15 fights. Like, let's talk about these. I got 15 fights. You got 30. I'm a young cat, right? Well, come school this young cat. Come school me. Come on.
On top of that, Keyshawn Davis stated that stepping up to 147 was always part of his long-term plan, and he even suggested that a future move to 154 is still on the table. He pointed out that the change came sooner than expected after finding it difficult to stay at 140, but now he feels stronger and more physically complete at welterweight, where his focus is on proving what he can do.
Like I always was going to be able to fight 147 for sure. I think I can get to 54 as well. So yeah, I always knew I was going to get here eventually. And shoot, I didn't know it was going to be this fast though. Like 140, that I really had to make weight for 140. It's just crazy. I just moved up. But I think I'm ready for I know I'm ready for 147. And I just can't wait to prove myself, or just continue to prove myself.
Meanwhile, Devin Haney made it clear that, regardless of the discussion, this is still a significant fight in his eyes, stating that he is open and motivated to pursue the biggest and most high-profile matchups the sport of boxing has to offer.
At the end of the day, it's still a big fight, and like I said, I'm willing to make I want to make the best fights, biggest fights happen.
Devin, did he call you out, or is he calling for clout? Because he got your number.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Huh?
Yeah, nah. I mean,
you know what I mean? Why are you talking to him? You know what I mean?
What's crazy, I see Ryan maybe right before I went into training camp. He didn't say nothing about fighting me, so no. I literally was shopping in LA. We ran into each other in the store. He didn't say nothing about fighting.
Chris Mannix also noted that Shakur Stevenson has so far fought just once at 140, while still leaving the door open for a possible future clash. He went on to say that, in his view, it would make more sense to see Devin Haney take on Keyshawn Davis and focus on chasing a full unification at 147 instead.
I'm not saying I don't want to see it, but you give me the order. I want to see Devin against Keyshawn. I want to see Devin unify at 140.
Mora said he would accept either fight for Devin Haney, but he considers a matchup with Shakur Stevenson the more significant one because of Shakur's current standing and elite-level experience. He also mentioned that Keyshawn Davis still requires more time in the ring, along with tougher opponents and added experience, before reaching that level. At the same time, Mora explained that Haney versus Keyshawn would likely deliver more entertainment and non-stop action, while a fight between Haney and Shakur would resemble a high-level tactical battle between two extremely skilled boxers.
Or should Haney fight Shakur Stevenson or Keyshawn Davis?
I'll take either one. I mean, the bigger fight is Shakur because he's the current 40-pound ring champion. And it's Shakur Stevenson, who's just, I mean, not that Keyshawn isn't at that level, but he's not there yet. And it's no knock on him. He just needs more time, more experience, and more big name opposition where Shakur already has that. So the bigger fight is certainly Shakur.
What's the better fight? What's the better fight?
The more entertaining fight would be Keyshawn and Devin, no question.
I agree.
The more entertaining fight is no question, because Keyshawn is wildly entertaining. He is a really fun watch. And with Shakur and Devin, it's going to be matching wits and playing chess.
Yeah, I agree. It's the Shakur Devin.
Lamont Roach also mentioned that a possible fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney would be beneficial for boxing, explaining that it could work from either side, depending on weight terms and timing. He added that even if the matchup doesn't take place immediately, it still stands as an attractive option for the sport overall. Roach further pointed out that Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney could also cross paths in the future, describing that pairing as a compelling fight in its own right.
I think Shakur and Devin is needed for the sport if that's a fight that can happen. I see both sides, so, whether they meet in the middle or if one is stuck on coming to 47 and one is stuck on staying at, at their weight, it's nothing wrong with that. If it doesn't happen now, it doesn't happen now. But if it does happen, it's cool. I think Keyshawn and Devin are going to end up fighting. Mm-hmm. And, I think that's a good fight in itself.
Greg Hackett also expressed concerns about Keyshawn Davis handling Devin Haney's pace, pointing to Haney's footwork, feints, and quick hands as key challenges. He added that Davis would have to rely on a strong jab, precise counterpunching, and steady work to the body, while probably needing to engage on the inside in order to stay competitive.
Showing a great pace, and that's what I'm concerned about with Keyshawn. Is he ready for that pace? Yeah, we know he's great at pressing guys, but those are the type of guys who gonna end up being right where you want them. We talking about a guy who's primed for 12 rounds, whose feet is always working. He got this jittery movement that's gonna throw you off. Them feints gonna throw you off. The speed gonna throw you off. Are you ready for that? You say he is. All right. Cool. Great fight though. I'm still calling it a great fight because Keyshawn is going to try. Keyshawn is crazy enough to go out there and try and get it. But I don't know if he's ready just yet. I need to see him in there with a couple more boxes.
What does Keyshawn have to do in that fight to be successful?
He got to be real instinctive. To the point where he's not affected in a negative way by anything that Devin Haney is doing. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be positive. He got to be sharp. His jab got to be working. His counters got to be working. He got to be able to get to the body. He got to be able to make it a dog fight. If you can't make it a dog fight.
Greg Hackett also advised Keyshawn Davis to remain calm and not get drawn into exchanges with a more seasoned Devin Haney. He highlighted Haney's discipline in fight adjustments and body attack, while noting that Davis has yet to gain experience over 12-round distance. Hackett ultimately leaned toward Haney, crediting his superior fight management, endurance, and overall ring intelligence.
Yeah, Keyshawn has the stuff. It's just, will he be able to control himself that night? You know what I mean? And not saying he got to fight like Shakur. I'm saying be yourself, but is he going to be able to compose himself to get to Devin Haney? Devin Haney, one thing about Devin Haney, he going to box you. You know what I'm saying? He going to box you. And that one fight with Ryan, he learned that it's not doing him any favor to sit there and try to trade with a guy. So he gonna box you until he find his openings. And either way, it's a great fight. Either way, it's great experience for both fighters. And it's a great fight. Devin is the more experienced pro. You know what I'm saying? And that's where his advantage lies. But Keyshawn is the meaner guy. He's meaner. He want to go to that body. You know what I mean? He want to press you. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a good one.
Meanwhile, boxing analyst Bernie, the boxer, describes Devin Haney as a fighter who is consistently chasing greatness, while also recognizing Keyshawn Davis as a skilled and dangerous rising contender. He expects that if they ever meet, it would be a tightly contested battle where both athletes would need to earn their position among the sport's elite.
Be great. That's what they said. That's what they saying. You want to be great. So Keyshawn is a hell of a fighter. It's an exciting fight. And don't you want to be turned up? I will hope so. You know, I mean, it's okay to, you know, we can all have a distorted view of ourselves, but we all know the truth. And fighting a guy like Keyshawn is a turned up fight. You know, that's a turned up fight.
On the other hand, Kenny Biss suggested that Keyshawn Davis should first capture a championship at 140 before moving up to 147, warning that such a leap in weight could come too soon when matched against an elite fighter like Devin Haney. He stressed that building more experience in 12-round fights is essential before stepping up to that level of competition.
Something at 140 first before you go to 47, you know. But if you go to 47, I don't think he got enough rounds in for Devin. No offense, I just think Devin is a 12-round decision. I might be wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Devin might be too busy for him.
Bruce Carrington also described the potential matchup as extremely close and difficult to predict, noting that Devin Haney would have the edge in size, while Keyshawn Davis brings power and athletic ability to the table. In his view, it's a true even contest on paper, with the outcome likely being decided by which fighter executes better on fight night.
I really don't know. I do think that Devin is a naturally bigger guy, but Keyshawn's not that small. I ain't gonna front. Like Keyshawn, even though he's going up in weight, he's not that small. I think that's a tough fight. I ain't gonna lie. People might, you know, go to Devin and go his route because, you know, they're more familiar with Devin. And, you know, he's as big as he is as a fighter, but that's a 50-50 fight in terms of experience and who got the deeper bag. I think naturally Keyshawn has the deeper bag, though. I think it's just more so like, I think he's more athletically talented than Devin. I think that Devin, he just has...
Meanwhile, Devin Haney has expressed complete willingness to face Shakur Stevenson, stating that he is genuinely interested in the matchup. He made it clear that it is a fight he would gladly accept if the chance becomes available. If I move up to 144, then the fight can happen, Shakur Stevenson responded after Devin Haney suggested a catch weight at 144 pounds, pushing back against the idea of repeatedly changing weight conditions instead of locking in a finalized agreement for the matchup.
Replied, yes, Shakur Stevenson showed clear interest in the matchup and acknowledged Devin Haney as a solid fight.
He stated that if the fight is truly being made, then the terms should be fair and reasonable for both sides. Shakur Stevenson also made it clear that he is interested in the bout and respects Devin Haney as a capable fighter, but he dismissed the idea of Haney being a major threat, saying he considers himself on a completely separate level from the rest of the division.
This fight. But look, I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me, personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
Greg Hackett believes a potential clash between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney would be very hard to call, mainly because both fighters share similar styles. He pointed out that each relies on quickness, defensive skills, discipline, and a high boxing IQ to control their fights. Hackett also mentioned that Stevenson usually performs best against slower or more aggressive opponents, but against Haney, he expects a highly technical and closely fought contest where minor adjustments and small key moments could ultimately determine the winner.
He knows Dev has something for him, but he got something for Dev. It's a great fight. He know he could possibly lose to Dev. There's things that Dev understand about boxing that Shakur understand, and he wouldn't be able to just take full advantage of Devin Haney. You know what I mean? They both got an education. That's what I'm saying. This shit comes down to education. That's why Floyd and them used to yell, skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be in the gym working on your skills package. A lot of these dudes ain't working like they think they working. You know what I'm saying? They in the gym, they sweating. You know what I mean? They're working hard, but the information that's being transferred to them, the information, and it's showing in the fights. But who am I?
Armsy, think of the 5-piece. Why everybody want to see Shakur and Devin when Keyshawn called him out?
All of those is great fights. I want to see them all. I don't give.
On the other hand, the analyst noted that Devin Haney seems to be at his best physically at 147, pointing to an increase in punching power that could play a major role in the matchup. He also mentioned that while Shakur Stevenson might have the advantage in pure boxing technique, Haney's athletic build and physical strength could become deciding factors in the fight. He further added that Haney's power appears to have reached a new level at welterweight.
I think that Devin Haney's physicality is best at 147. I think he has a newfound level of power as well. And I do think that that would play a factor in that fight. I think Shakur is the more skilled, but Devin is the more athletically inclined.
At the same time, Sean Zittel highlighted that Devin Haney is at his most effective when he uses his reach, applies consistent pressure, and increases his punch volume. He added that Haney might have to rely on similar adjustments to those he used against a smaller southpaw, like Vasily Lomachenko, even though Shakur Stevenson would present a newer and much tougher challenge. He also explained that if the fight remains a pure technical battle fought in open space, Stevenson's sharper precision and cleaner boxing skills could tilt the advantage in his favor.
Posed his size and went downhill and threw more combinations. He's going to have to make that adjustment. He did it once before against a smaller southpaw in Lomachenko. This is a different puzzle, much younger guy, harder to hit. But he's shown in that Lomachenko fight, I will impose my size a little bit. I will throw with volume. And that's what he would have to do with Shakur. If he let it just be a boxing match up the center, then Shakur is going to outbox him.
Bernie the Boxer also commended Devin Haney's technical abilities, pointing out his discipline, accuracy, and control over fight tempo. He explained that these strengths position Haney as a serious contender at the elite level. He further added that a matchup with Shakur Stevenson would represent a defining moment in both fighters' careers, with significant implications for their long-term legacies.
Legacy fights, accomplishments, because now Shakur is a 4-weight world champion. Devin is a 3-weight world champion. Devin was undisputed, but now Shakur is a 2-time lineal champion. So he's a 2-time Ring Magazine winner. 2-time unified champion. If you want to add the ring, far as with the WBO, he was unified at 130. So he's a 2-time unified champion, 2-time lineal champion. Beat a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who rises to the occasion. Had a close fight with George Kambosos. You can make a claim that he was fighting out of frustration or out of emotion, and that was it. He was in his prime too, Josh Taylor seemed to be drained at 140. Not taken away from Devin, but he was already moving up to 47, they were saying.
In contrast, Tim Bradley described Shakur Stevenson as a pressure-based boxer who consistently puts his opponents under mental and tactical stress. He believes Stevenson would get the better of fighters like Devin Haney, crediting his defensive mastery and command of the ring, while placing him among the top fighters in the sport overall.
Shakur is a pressure fighter. That's what Shakur is. He's a pressure boxer. Oh, he put that pressure on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fast processor, make you think. Constant. He gonna take it too. Hey, if Haney struggle with Lomachenko, ooh, he gonna struggle against Shakur Stevenson. He gonna struggle against Shakur Stevenson for sure. Damn, which camp is Rail going into? Rail, man, I don't know which camp Rail going into. A little trainer to hold the hand mitts and stuff. He cold. Oh, he cold. Yeah, I like Rail. He was a fantastic boxer too. Man, in amateurs. Anyways, hey, I got Shakur. I told y'all he the best fighter in the world. Defensively, he better. Offensively, better. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Yeah. But who ducking who now? Who ducking who now?
Adding to the discussion, Okoye described the matchup as a true 50-50 fight. He raised doubts about whether Shakur Stevenson has sufficient punching power to seriously trouble Devin Haney, while also noting that Haney has already shown in past fights that he can absorb shots and still respond effectively.
I look at it like this: it's a proverbial 50-50 fight. I don't think Shakur can hurt Dev though, and I look at Dev. I've seen Dev in some fights where he's been hurt, and he showed me a different level. I haven't seen Shakur.
On the other hand, Bruce Carrington offered a contrasting view, suggesting that Shakur Stevenson could dictate the pace of the fight with his movement and precision. He explained that Stevenson's footwork, timing, and ring intelligence might disrupt Devin Haney's rhythm and prevent him from establishing consistent offense. Carrington also added that the bout could develop into a highly strategic contest, with Stevenson controlling range and turning it into a disciplined, chess-like battle.
Who would you favor at 147 between him and Devin? Shakur.
That's a tough fight. I like both of those styles together, but I do think that Shakur is just more defensively aware, sound and aware. It's possible that Shakur may win that fight. I feel like he's a problem for a lot of guys because of his style. But Devin, both of those styles together, that's a great matchup. And I don't know. That's actually a really good fight. I genuinely don't know.
That wraps up the full breakdown of this matchup from every perspective, including styles, viewpoints, and what both fighters would bring into the ring. Now the question goes to you. If this fight actually became reality, who do you see coming out on top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next analysis. And as always, stay tuned, because in boxing, everything can shift in an instant.